Hello. All right, I'm going to read a short, very short story, and then we're going to move on to the theater. I would like to ask anyone ahead of time if they... Sorry. If they wouldn't mind forfeiting their chair, we need 3 chairs to read the play. You'll have a couple minutes to decide that as I read this. But we really would like 3 chairs up here to read, so, you know, let that stew. All right, this story is called A Letter Translated. He imagines the platform as a place of gravity, the timetables predicting our movements, where we're crossed in the union of connections with strange people in strange cities, along the rail lines. Everything hanging still beyond the window pane, as you're in that place between places, suspended yet in motion, leaving yet arriving at once without the feeling of having moved at all. Alone, he watches the train draw away slowly into the yellow dryness of May. The wind ejects a curtain of dust over the people that shift about the platform. People having come or gone, illuminated a pale yellow in the sunlight as they shift about, draped in the fine grits of sand petals. He thinks of the letter and of what it said, or what it's come to suggest, or simply state wrongly. I'm leaving only to arrive, to carry you with me as a seed in my hands, to watch it grow, knowing that in time I'll see you again with new eyes. He himself is unsure of what this means. There was, of course, a feeling that led him to write it. Perhaps it was the temptation to give the words more, to exaggerate for effect. Perhaps it is this sense of the unreal that gives it true meaning. Yet what he wrote was in earnest, to the extent to which he's unsure the letter says what he set out to say. His newspaper folds and the sand burns his eyes. She believes these letters mean that he will return for her, that they would reunite in the flames of August, a friendship ruptured by an act of irrevocable passion. A new conflict. He's unable to distract himself from the letter, written in a language that is not his own. He knows that she didn't understand what he has tried to say, and that this has made him uneasy, perhaps even fearful. The train is arriving. For 3 weeks, he's simply let this develop. He's imagined this moment so many times. Departure. She'd be angry, or perhaps sullen and taciturn. Her hand gripping his own, reluctant to let go. The short, panicked sighs, the final embrace, the fear of his never returning. They're calling for the passengers to board the train. He stands. Suddenly the platform appears empty. Nothing is as he imagined it would be. He thinks that perhaps this is the conflict of all relationships. Knowing that we've made a poor decision, inevitably we destroy each other and hope that something will resolve itself. Yet bags in hand, he continues slowly towards the train. He moves against the outflow of people exiting and finds a vacant seat. Perhaps he should be asking himself, can I really control the way my letters are interpreted? Do they ever say exactly what we want them to say? And can I really assume responsibility for them? But the train jerks in motion, rolling slowly forward, and he closes his eyes instead, trying to imagine the train's departure. Dust rising, leaves falling, a black spot dying out to nothing in the distance. End. Okay, this play is called The Light Fixture. Does that work? Yeah. Yeah. The Light Fixture. Okay, so the play opens up with 2 men holding what you could call a fan, something like a fan. This is where my common sense runs out, Pat. I have no idea what we're looking at.
Runs out?
Out. Here there are wires, and there, something, a panel, more wires.
A screw, a bulb, a knob, a switch, a gyro?
Yeah, I don't know what we're looking at anymore. Let's just put it down, on the chair. There's no more we can do.
Well, it's the wife that wants us to do this.
Right, the wife, I understand.
Yeah.
I remember once, at a baseball game. Maybe it was a football game. I don't remember which one it was, but I think that...
The wife is painting all the walls in the house for the visitor. Every wall, Mark, I swear.
To me then, he was an old man. Now, thinking he wasn't that old. I remember I looked back, saw him next to his wife, with her finger right in his face, and she yelled, "I'll kill you in your sleep."
The visitor, Mark, the damn visitor.
I watched him. The wife, she saw me first. She calmed down, acting natural. And the old man looks me dead in the eye and smiles. He says, "A boy never marry a woman." It's the only thing I can remember right now. Can't get out of my mind.
It makes sense, Mark. Now let's put this thing down. Where should we put it?
Look, let's put it over there.
Where? There?
Don't ever marry a woman, he says. Ever.
Then what happened?
Before long, I was engaged to be married.
He was right.
Right.
Then kids.
And debt.
Then youth.
Gone.
Just dust in the wind.
Well, how's the fixture?
I was just telling Pat, this is where my common sense runs out.
It's nothing but wires, loose screws, scraps, blades are dismantled, bulbs and glass hanging out in dangles.
It's true. There's nothing we can do.
Oh well.
But I've got a friend who knows about these things. A doctor. He'll know what we can do from this point if there's anywhere to go from here.
Perfect. Now let's put this thing down. My back is killing me.
Wait, hold it there a moment. I want to have a look.
But
Mark, it's no use.
Here, what's this for?
that goes inside that tube. I think we've just unscrewed it. It's part of the...
And this piece? What's this one for? Does it come off?
We tried, but it's jammed.
It's some kind of washer, something inside. A nut, maybe. Holding it there in the center where the tube...
Wires go in the tube, Linda.
Yeah, and that makes the blades go around.
And?
And? What do you mean, and?
What are you saying, Pat?
I'm trying to say that my back is killing me.
And?
And, whenever you're done probing the damn thing, I'd like to put it down.
We are getting too old for this.
My back feels like a warped board.
Oh, all you do is moan, Pat. That's all you're good for, I swear. Now just hold it right there and shut up.
All right, but hurry up.
I'm feeling a bit stiff myself.
Bring it over here into the light. No, here. No, I can't see anything here. Here. Bring it here, I said.
There?
No, that's no good. Turn it here. Now, just hold it there. It's perfect.
Well,
Don't move an inch. I have to get my glasses.
hell. This is pure hell.
Basketball, football, no tennis.
Mark, what the hell are you talking about?
The weather.
The weather?
It was raining and cold, and the old man under his poncho, the game, and they argued. I watched him. It was really a spectacle, Pat, I tell you, a real spectacle. When did you get married, Pat?
Long time ago.
Well, how long?
I don't remember. I can't remember.
Now don't listen to him, Mark. He's lost.
What?
Mark, thank you again for helping us. You see, Pat knows absolutely nothing about anything common concerning machines, electricity, parts, pieces, computers, processors.
I know civil law, damn it. That's got to count for something.
Really, it's no problem.
I know the civil code.
How does the civil code help me, Pat?
How does it help you? How? Incredible, Linda.
Really, it's no problem whatsoever.
Got my blood pressure up.
Okay, what's this? Does this come off?
That's the...
Yes, it'll have to come off. I'll have to paint it. What is it again?
Linda, let the man speak.
Now just hush, Pat. Now what is it again?
That? I don't know what that is.
Isn't that the same piece as before?
No, I don't think so. Looks like it folds into that other piece. There. Maybe it,
I'm not so sure about that. It looks like it connects here inside that tube.
They connect, they fold, they go together. It all looks the same. Now, can we put this thing down?
Right. It is getting heavier.
And I thought you two were supposed to be men.
We're old men.
Oh, all right.
What do you want us to
Remove
do?
the living room table and bring it out here into the light.
But we're still holding the fixture. We can't move the living room table and hold the fixture at the same time.
That would be impossible.
Well, you can't put it down here in the shape you've got it in, pieces and wires all unraveled. No, the floor is absolutely filthy and that fixture costs just...
I know exactly how much that fixture costs.
It is a nice fixture.
Listen, I need the table removed. I need more space, period.
But where do you want us to put the fixture?
Put it on the table.
When?
Now, just do it for God's sakes. I can't think with you probing me like this.
But that means that...
Come on, Mark. At least we'll get a moment's rest.
All right. But wait, I need to call my wife.
Mark, please. She'll call you.
This is in no way better.
Agreed. It's worse, without doubt.
Where can she have gone off to?
There's no real way to know. She's nothing predictable.
And my wife is probably just...
Don't pretend you have the slightest idea. Here I am married for 57 years, and I still don't have the slightest idea of what's coming next. Ever.
I was going to say that my wife would be worried, but that's not right. Now I'm thinking she'll be angry. Yeah, she's probably pissed as hell with me.
Now you got me thinking how heavy this thing is. Linda, what the hell are you doing in there?
Hold your horses. I'm feeding the cats.
We don't have any cats.
How the hell would you know?
I don't see any cats.
That's because we don't have any cats.
Did you?
God, yes. I hate them. They think they're better than you. They don't listen. I mean, when loyalty means a dead bird at your door, morning after morning after morning. Come on, Mark. Come on.
So, no cats then.
Oh, no. She made me buy them to kill the moles. She cried and cried about the moles and about the soil and about how her yard was in ruin. First one cat, then the moles began to disappear.
So, just one cat then.
Christ, no. When my daughter divorced, she brought the 2 kids to live here with us.
Wait, kids or cats?
Both. The kids found the cats in the garbage can. The women said, it's better to keep the cats. 3 cats, no moles whatsoever. Got it?
Well, what happened to them?
They all died or run off. That was a long time ago.
Well, does she think they're still alive? Is that it?
No, she's thinking of different cats.
Confused.
That's understandable, Mark. It is confusing. Listen, 3 cats. The first, untamed, like a ghost. The second did nothing but sleep. And the third...
Wait, I know it.
Well, it's good to see you coming around, Mark. You've only lived across the street for 35 years.
My wife. Barbara. Called Linda because she saw her in the yard.
Patches.
Patches. That's it. Patches in the yard, making
Making babies.
Oh.
Right. The cats proliferated. Within months, there were 7 in total. More months, more cats. Cats everywhere, stepping in cat poo. That is until my daughter moved away.
But Pat, doesn't she still live here?
What are you taking me for, Mark? Senile?
No, it's just that she's coming towards us right now, right there.
Really? Where? I can't see anything holding this thing.
Where have you been, Mark?
Here, I've been right here. For God knows how long, under this light, standing right here.
Well, you could have called.
How? How can you call? He can't even move. I can't even move my legs.
Be quiet, Dad, will you? Where's Mother?
What? She's inside feeding the cats, even though I keep telling her we don't have any cats.
What have you done with the cats, Dad? And where's the child, Mark?
Child? Oh, Jeremiah. How should I know? This isn't my weekend, is it?
All the cats have died here.
All right, Dad, enough.
Linda, Barbara's here.
Tell her to come inside. I'm painting the living room.
What? You realize that we're still out here? We're still holding this damn table?
Well, what have you done with the light fixture?
It's on the table right here in midair waiting for you.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Mark. I simply forgot. I don't know what I was thinking. It wasn't until you just called me that I realized I was painting the wall. I was somewhere else.
We both know damn well you were somewhere else. Now, what do you want us to do with this table?
Yeah, it is getting heavier.
Well, why are you holding it like that?
You gotta be kidding me.
Now you just hush, Pat. I was speaking to Mark.
Because you told us to hold it until you came back.
Oh, did I really?
No, you didn't come back. You never come back.
You haven't any idea of what we're talking about, Pat. Just shut up.
Insupportable.
But what do we do with it, the table? I mean, what do we do?
Well, now that you've got it here in the light, let's give it a look. Okay, now move it a little this way. No, tilt it a bit like this. No, here there's a shadow. Turn it here. Pat, did I tell you I called Briley to come by and take down a few walls?
Which walls?
It's too heavy. Let's just put it down, please.
Yes, where to put it?
Here. No, here. No, it's filthy here. There's no light. Try here. Here. It's perfect here under the light.
Great. Let's just put it down right here under the light then.
All right.
No, it's absolutely filthy here under the light. We can't.
Then let's just pull it out from under the light.
Then how am I to see the fixture, Mark?
Don't answer that, Mark. It's a trap. Tearing down the wall is amazing. I swear. We're here holding this godforsaken thing, and she's got Briley on the phone one minute, and the next minute, he's walking in on me in my underwear, tearing down my walls.
I'm not sure I trust Briley, Pat.
I don't even know which walls are standing in my own home. Where is she?
Does it seem to you that the fixture is growing?
Growing?
Changing, I mean. Look at it in the light. It seems longer, wider, so there are more pieces than before.
You may be right, Mark. Though I can't see it from here, with both hands holding it, I can't see anything.
Right. And my eyes ain't what they used to be either. But I tell you, something's changed. I'm not sure what, though.
Now that you mention it, I think I'm looking right at its feet. And your side would have to be the torso.
This side seems complicated. Layers of casing look like bones or shells. I mean, now that we've pulled them apart, they look that way.
I'll move right, you move left. I want to see what it looks like from your side.
All right, let's change.
Wow, you're right, Mark. It has changed shape. I'm seeing a completely different light. Look at that blade, drawn from the center as if it were an arm. Here, I can almost see its face. It's got a golden bolt for a nose and a gyro for a neck.
All I see from here are wires. Wires sprawling outward like toenails. Running up the knee sockets like veins or tendons or...
I see the eyes. Two catch black holes, I mean. I see the eye sockets. We tore out the eyes with a screwdriver. They're laying around here somewhere.
I want to see the eyes. Are they profound? Can you see inside them?
There's too much light. The skull is golden and glaring. It's almost blinding me. Let's swap. You take the eyes.
All right.
What are you two doing out there making all that noise?
We're still holding the damn table.
And the light fixture?
It's on the table right here waiting for you.
I'd almost forgotten we were holding it.
So did I. How long have we been here like this?
No idea.
Linda,
What?
how long have we been out here like this?
First to count. Years at least.
What? That's impossible. I'd know if I'd been holding the table for years. I'd know for months. I'd know for a fortnight. Quit pulling my leg and tell me the truth, Linda. Never a straight answer, Mark, I swear.
Yeah, there's always got to be some kind of...
Motive.
Never marry a woman, he tells me. Ever. And I just turned around and watched the game like nothing ever happened. Blind as a goat.
I love that story, Mark. How long ago was that?
I don't know. Sometime last century.
Jesus Christ, what year is it?
Who knows, Pat? I was only a boy then. I didn't understand. Everything was different.
What can they be doing in there?
Is Barbara my wife, Pat?
Frankly, Mark, I'm not sure. You're gonna have to ask her yourself.
Barbara! Barbara!
What?
What are you doing?
I'm talking to the funeral home. Now hush up. I can't hear a thing. Just give me 5 minutes.
5 minutes. 5 minutes. 5. Do you have a watch, Pat?
Yes, but holding this thing, I can't turn my wrist to see it. Hold on, I can almost see it. No, it's in the shadow. We've got to change. This way. No, this way, this way. There, almost. About 3:45 p.m.
How long ago was 5 minutes?
How the hell should I know, Mark?
Barbara! Who's died? How do you give someone 5 minutes, Pat?
Who's died? Linda?
Pipe down. She's arranging the funeral.
Who died?
Her father.
That's terrible.
Did you know him?
No. Mark, look here. From this light, I can see its mouth.
Mouth? Where?
There, right there. You see it?
Where?
Above the neck, below the eye sockets, and below the nose.
I don't see anything. Let's move again. God. What is it?
It
was you, Pat.
No, come on, it can't be
The
me.
spectacle.
Me?
Pat.
Who?
You. You're here, right here.
You're not listening to me, Mark. Am I the visitor? Am I the visitor?
I don't know, Pat. You'll have to ask your wife. In.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. One more round of applause for Patterson Willis and his crew. Thank you very much. All right. I have the open mic sheet up here. If it did not get to somebody who wants to read something or perform something, I'm going to leave it up here. Why don't you come up and take a, if you want to, sign up. I know the line poem is still going around. Right now we're going to take a break. What?
Yes, and we have some copies of the journal behind you for sale.
Oh, yes, and yes, shameless plug. We do have copies of the latest issue of the Louisiana Review. It's an excellent publication. Wonderful things are in it. It only costs $5. You could waste your money in much worse ways than buying a copy. In the meantime, please patronize our hosts. Get something to drink. We're going to take a break. We'll be back for the open mic in a little bit. All right, we have, first up on the agenda is Tracy Elliott. She has a poem to read. So, Tracy, please welcome Tracy Elliott, who has been a featured reader here before. So, we're happy to have her back.
Thanks, Michael. Hey, y'all. I'm going to read 3 poems tonight, 2 of my own and 1 of Mary Oliver's, and I'm going to start with her. Her poem is Wild Geese. You do not have to be good. You do not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through the desert repenting. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. Tell me about despair, yours, and I will tell you mine. Meanwhile, the world goes on. Meanwhile, the sun and the clear pebbles of the rain are moving across the landscapes, over the prairies and the deep trees, the mountains and the rivers. Meanwhile, the wild geese high in the clean blue air are heading home again. Whoever you are, no matter how lonely, the world offers itself to your imagination, calls to you like the wild geese, harsh and exciting, over and over announcing your place in the family of things. Thanks. This next poem, the title is Michael. I only just met her, but already she knows the story of us. You told her we had taken you in. She told me how much you love us. Your gratitude shining out of her eyes like bright new pennies I thought I'd lost forever. It always sneaks up on me, the sharp, stabbing pain of grief that comes when I think about you, the hole in my days that belong to you. And this last poem is Depth of Field. I could watch him forever, this biker on the bridge to Louisville. In the photo, he is both moving and unmoving, a distortion that might frustrate if I let it, but I won't. I'm in love with the wind moving his hair and the density of the roar I can't hear but know is there. I wonder if this is what freedom means, the lightest touch on the past while reaching out to unbroken ground, some key light shining out of you. Infinity is contained in that forward motion, and in a moment captured perfectly, carved out of all time. Ahead lie all the choices, the now that defines us fading with each breath. I wonder where he is now, the spiker of my dreams. I hope he carried freedom forward with him. I hope we share it now. Thanks.
Okay, the second reader is me. I have, this is a fairly new poem. Anyway, this is, I'll just say it has not been a great semester for me. And my wife bought me some pens, and because she thought they were the pens that I liked, and quite frankly, they were not the pens I liked, because I like 0.5 millimeter pens, not 0.7 millimeter pens. And I wanted to tell her that, and I didn't, because it suddenly dawned on me what a terrible thing it would be to do that. And then I kind of, well, this began rolling, I guess. So the name of the poem is 0.7 millimeters. She has bought me these pens, your favorites, she says. How can I tell her, no, they are not? I do like uniballs, yes, but with 0.5 millimeter points, not 0.7. I look at her eyes. They are like two sapphire beads that rolled away from a broken rosary, perhaps underneath an antique armoire, still bound together by a nose of iron clasps, but lost to the other beads, the crucifix, the Blessed Virgin's inclined head. I see in them the joyful mysteries. I have not written in months. The world is fake, broken, dead. When I regard the cedar in our backyard, instead of witnessing its foliage articulate the shape of coral, here, above the land, above the sea, I see the houses of chlorophyll, even less. Holiday plastic. I cannot tell her this. I love her. And to our daily privations, how can I add a final one? The trash of existence. How can I reveal that she is clasped with gold to a mind that sees this? How can I tell her, as she beams at me, that her pens are pointless and cannot finally draw a pulse from the yellow grass, only thistle and crab? They cannot stitch the threadbare horizon or save one boy who studies the baleful world so well he practices its destructions. I see her turn and chirp away, off to straighten out a room. How can I tell? I draw a line. I let it wander back on itself, waver up and down, stop and start. I slash and stab. These lines shake like my hands. They cannot be straightened out, must not be. Tangled, erratic as the world I hate, they alone shape the world I love. This hand that brushes her cheek in the dull twilight morning. This pen I took from her hands. These words, 0.7 millimeters thick. All right, so now on to the music portion of the evening. We have first off Gunter, and is it Redlich? I always forget Gunter. Gunter, where are you?
Hi. I've been out of it for the past 2 months, just crazy stuff going on. And, well, this is a song called The Demons in a Circle. So, I wonder what's been going on with you since our lives got rearranged. And I know you fear and question things, but baby, it's not all that strange. You might grab your crucifix and pray and pray and pray. Yeah, but we all haunt our old addictions by the end of the day. Yeah, I know I sometimes smoke a lot and drink too much, and my spirits never change. And everything that's ever happened, good or bad, it's probably just the same. I know I sometimes stumble along the way, but the fire in my heart has always kept the monsters at bay. We all come back to the places we know you can run from your only home, and for all I've seen, this is the only home I know. Yeah, and for all I've seen, this is the only home I know. I drove up the hill so many times to see the sea that lies beyond the way. And after all these years of living here, I've finally come to love the gray. I've got so much left to do before I can rest in this place. So I'll stare into this ocean's blue, as cold as your beautiful eyes. I know I'll come back to the place I love someday, when all is said and done and nothing's in the way. We all come back to the places we know we can run from your only home, and for all I've seen, this is the only home I know. And for all I've seen, this is the only home I know.
And our final act of the evening is Shannon Young. Where's Shannon Young?
I'm coming.
You are coming. Where are you, Shannon Young?
I'm coming. I'm making my way through.
Oh, that's right, Mr. Profound. All right, great.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey. So I'm gonna do two. These are both originals. The first one's like a hippie kind of song. So yeah. I got so many people on my TV set telling me what to do. You ought to hear them say there's always fighting in a country somewhere far away. yourself and want your love, some peace and happiness, and hope they stay. It's only words I write this song, it ain't real. This plastic guitar pick, just strumming wood and steel. Don't read the papers cause the ink gets on my hands, along with blood from sin and many other plans. So put your burdens on the back burner, it's time for love and change. And get your pennies from the jar and spend them on your rainy day. By yourself and want your love, some peace and happiness, and hope they stay. Go by yourself and want your love, some peace and happiness, and hope they stay. Yeah, it's like a short one. Alright. Alright, that's what I was really like wanting to do, so it's gonna be fun. Everyone gather in place your bets as the world goes round and round. Rolling the dice, it never ends, we're digging ourselves in the ground. Play Russian roulette in the sad evolution, we all fall down. This isn't a game, this is life, it's the only one I have. Why do you kill, help me die, and steal and break and lie? This isn't a game, this is life. And I'm about to take my own before they come and take it from me. Pushing and fighting to take their turn as they trample over the weak. Playing on promises day after day they know they'll never keep. Nailed to the cross playing hide and seek, we never find the lost. This isn't a game, this is life, it's the only one I have. Why do you kill, help me die, and steal and rape and lie? This isn't a game, this is life, and I'm about to take my own. Dreams are much bigger, at least they were bigger than this. Pulling the trigger, I'll never remember, I'm sure that I'll never be missed. This isn't a game, this is life, it's the only one I have. Why do you kill, help me die, and steal and rape and lie? This isn't a game, this is life, and I'm about to take my own before they come and take it from me. Before they come and take it from me. Before they come and take it from me.
And I think that's it. I want to again thank Cafe Mosaic for hosting us. Please, after the reading's over, get yourself some coffee to go. I'm sure some of you have got some papers to write or some studying to do, so you need a little extra coffee there. And now, without, we're not done. Oh, you high school students, you're as bad as college students, my goodness. Okay, so anyway, now finally, for the last time this year, the line poem. So I will read it. This is your work, this is our poem, so you are responsible, if you understand what I mean by that. Okay, so I'll do my best to read. The third line here is kind of small, and I have very, very old eyes, but I'll do my best. All right, here it goes. Reagan got run over by a car after having a feast with Obama. What happens when one ginger bites another ginger on a full moon. I know what that means. The tit boss is in the house. Tit boss must be talking about jug tits. There's some inside jokes going on here. There was a purple sweater, a random line of poetry. Random lines of poetry are like booty. I'm assuming that's pirate booty you're talking about. I'm on one. I bow to your gangster? I'm not running for a girl or steroids, aka... Oh, you silly fools. Booty. Okay. I run for myself. Ha ha! One who runs from their problems shall never face them. Maybe it's best not to face some problems. Face them, I say! Not facing is better. How's the moon treating you? Colors are only deceived from made-up logic. Is that right? Colors are only deceived, derived, deceived. Deceived, derived, derived? Oh, it's Mr. Profound. Okay, colors are only derived from made-up logic, such as solid matter. This is, I guess I can say this. This is,
Say
it's the first word is knuckin'. Yeah, can I say that? And then the second word is futz. Is that okay? Okay, and it's in a box too. They drew it in a box. Okay. This is knuckin' futz. Okay, they were trying to trick me up is what they were trying to do. Exactly, yes. Yes. I get it. It's a pun. Not really a pun, y'all, by the way. You need to know your literary devices better. Moss is boss. Everyone may snap now. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Prayer for the wild at heart kept in cages. And that's in quotes, too, so I'm not sure exactly where that comes from. But these cages have no bars. These bars and cages is in the cage. My name is Boo Boo, the illegitimate child. How about that? Okay, and then finally, yes, I've heard this before too. Gingers, I have not heard this. Gingers do have souls. All right, there you go. That's the poem. We're closing it down for the year. Come back in February. Buy journals. Y'all have a good night. By the way, Dr. Fontenot will provide you with slips to sign for your professors.